Now let's talk about the images, or let us switch our mind from deep learning and neural network and the topics which we were doing, right? Just try to imagine now more from your eyes, that whatever I'll be speaking must be imaginable first. If you'll be able to imagine, you can literally implement things very well that I'm talking about now. Okay, so let us talk about one of the sense of our human being, right? So, and that is eyes. And whatever we see, that is because of the retina that we have, and that we see because of the reflection from the objects, right? That reflection those from objects are coming is because of the light that is available. Okay, so that light has that light we talk about white light, and it has seven colors, right? Vivgyor. So in these seven colors, we have different wavelength and spectrum basically for the color. We have wavelength and we have the bandwidth also of each color frequency as well. Red has different one, white has different one, black has different one, and all these color lies in between black and white. All the colors lies in between black and white, day and night, right? So why I'm saying so, because nowadays, earlier we had only black and white televisions, and we used to in our childhood, at least for me, I went to photographer, and I got black and white photograph along with negatives, right? And those negatives were very sticky with us, and that negative was totally in white and black. There was no such other color was available. However, the photograph that we have got as black and white was not totally black and white. It was gray actually. Gray means it was having a shape or shade of black and white in between. We had different shades. So is that clear? See, so we have got black and white. The technology of this visualization, real visualization, apart from eyes, right? I was capturing many colors of the world. However, we're talking about because of the combination of those color, Vivgyor to each other, we have got millions of colors basically in between, because of having shades of each color, and combination of each color to while going with the other color also, right? And overall, in a combination that we have got white versus black, right? So the first thing that we got in technology it is black and white. The second was we have got is gray. The actual thing is gray. Why? Because this black and white only would have face as either white or black, right? However, this gray will help you to identify the skin color also. Maybe the attire they have wore, right? The background that is available, the objects in background, those are available. Otherwise, in black and white, only black or white, these two color in highest, in maximum percentage or 100% percentage would be available. Either it will be black properly or white properly. Apart from black and white and gray, that the most popular thing right now, the most popular spectrum that we follow is RGB, RG and B. This RGB is color format, and that we usually see from our eyes. So in reality, we have got Vivgyor. In reality, for technology in our LED screen or LCD screens or plasma screen, that we have got color television for RGB. Okay, if you talk about high definition, if you talk about televisions, if you talk about any screen that gives you colorful images, there we have RGB section. So what do you mean by RGB? So if we talk about, this is your image is nothing but a matrix. Do we have matrix of values of pixels, and amount of pixel in x direction and y direction tells you the resolution of that image. So resolution, suppose, is there as 500 by 500, 500 by 500. So what do you mean by 500? That we have 500 number of pixels in rows and 500 pixels in this rows and columns, right? So 500 by 500 resolution is there for an image. It means how many pixels do we have? 500 multiplied by 500, that is 2.5 million, I guess. Sorry, 500 multiplied by 500, and we have got 22.5 million. 2.5 million values are there. In each layer we have 2.5 million values. We have got three layers, and each each one of them would have the information of red, only red values, only green values, only blue values, right? So 2.5 million values are there for green color and red color and blue color. So overall 7.5 million values are there for one small image of 500 by 500 pixels of resolution. And I believe it would be just of 2 to 5 MB of image only. Think about DSLR image, think about high definition images. They may have very huge quantity of information, and that is where I am interested to tell you about this particular journey of visual data. Should I go ahead now? Any question do you have? Intensity between 0 to 255, that is different thing. 0 to 0.25. Okay, sorry, my calculation could be different one. My calculation could be wrong. It could be 0.25 million pixels, it could be 2.5 million pixels, right? uh, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25 means 0.75 million pixels. It would be just in in a space of 1 to 5 MB of image only, MB of space only, right? Should I go ahead now? Okay, so let me remove this first. Now let's talk about this image further. This image, now I have shifted to this camera. I have a camera webcam. Suppose that webcam is of 1 MP resolution, okay, 1 MP resolution. It is initially, whenever I'll click my photograph, that will be clicked in color format, and color format that I'm right now expecting it to be, that is RGB only, R, G and B. So instead of RGB it could be CMYK also, CMYK, which means cyan, magenta, yellow, and see, red, green and black is one of the format. Between these things, red and green, green and blue, blue and red, right? And the total intensity is basically with CMYK. So there are a couple of formats, those are available for color. So let's talk about the RGB only, right? So RGB that we are talking about is having three layers. So now let's see, if you visualize, if you see any image as totally red, this is red. Why it is red? Because we have red, green and blue, these three layers. Suppose this is your R, this is your G and this is your blue. And if we talk about Python, it follows reverse rule, that is B, G and R. So we have BGR, right? It follows the reverse rule. The first layer that is available on the top is blue. Okay, so let's talk about the first pixel. The first pixel I'm talking about, this one. So this is your first pixel, this is your first pixel, this is your first pixel of the second layer, this is your first pixel of the third layer. So here, in a combination of all three of them, we are visualizing this image as red image. It means red would have a value, a specific value, that is with 100% intensity. 100%, G would be 0%, B would be 0%, then only this image would be red, right? This image would be red. Now let's go ahead. Every value that is in 100% or 0% is available in Python, that intensity actually to be captured in digital form. So they have told that every value of each pixel will be available in 8 bits. So 8-bit means that information will be available in digital form from 0 to 255. So maximum value that a pixel holds would be 255, or minimum would be 0. Between 0 to 255 there will be number of values. Okay, number of values will be available in between 0 to 255. So, and all those values will be integer format only, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will not be any floating point number also. So we have got that R is in between 0 to 255, G is also same, and B is also same. If somebody will ask you that how many total number of colors could be possible, then you can say 256 raised to the power 3. These many colors can be formed, but can we differentiate between all those colors? That is a different issue. Okay, so these many colors can be formed because of the value combination. Shall we go ahead now? Any problem, anyone? Any problem, anyone? This 256 is because we are starting from 0 na. 0 to 255 means what? 256. So overall 256 combination are there na, and because of 256 combination each color, then total number of colors would be multiplication of all three color values, and that is 256. Is that okay? Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead then. What if we are talking about each pixel and we are talking about these values? If we can moreover work on these values to understand more clearly, then I believe if you have a control of manipulating these values. Suppose I have an image here, I am available. I want to I want to increase the intensity of this image. I want to increase the background, I mean the contrast of the image. I want to increase the sharpness of the image. The filters, those are available in Snapchat, in all Instagram and mobile camera also. So all such filters are available because of changing or manipulating some values only. If you think AR, VR, augmented reality, virtual reality, or Photoshop, maybe 3D gamings, right? All, or maybe that holographic images, everything is possible because of the manipulation of these values only. You can devote your life with these value manipulation, and it's really wonderful. One person from last 13 years is working in this field itself. He has written some books also. That book I'll try to send it to you also, that I have in that group of books. He has devoted his life with manipulation of these values and has created couple of algorithms then by himself. Okay, and he's from South India itself, from India. He went to USA and studies there, and wrote couple of research paper and worked on image processing or computer vision to handle these values itself. Now see the power of manipulation. And for manipulation as well, we have couple of mathematical formula predefined. Few formulas are predefined, few concepts are predefined. If you can understand many concepts of this manipulation, that already been taken place, and also you can add some more alteration or manipulation by your own side, then there is a possibility, huge amount of possibility to generate some good amount of algorithms in future by yourself. Okay, should I go ahead now? See, gray color means in between gray, I mean white and black, we would be having shades, a shade of black, shade of white. Don't you understand that? Just imagine example of let me give you gray images. See, there are number of gray images, isn't it? So that morning routine or evening routine is actually gray. Is that okay? See, this is gray. This is not black and white. Should I write here black and white images. You'll see purely black and white, not this much, this much. Yeah, this one. This is purely black and white. You would see only white or black. And white and black, let me tell you, if you have 100% of red, 100% of green, 100% of blue, then you would have that pixel as of white color. This pixel would be visualized as white. If you have 0%, 0%, 0%, then it will be black. It means from 0 to 256 raised to the power 3, there are many colors in between black to white. In between black to white, we have number of colors. Cool. So grayscale images would have only one layer, right? RGB would have 3 layer, black and white would have only one layer. So one layer means only 0 to 255 values will be available here in this grayscale. However, in color images, 0 to 255, 0 to 255, 0 to 255, for each layer is available. So let us not talk about the combination anymore. Let us try to understand this image now as calculating with the pixel values in the matrix. So understand, this is your matrix. We have rows, this is row, and we have columns. We have columns here, C1 to Cn and R1 to Rn. Let me draw a particular smiley here so that you can understand that. Suppose this is your one of the smiley. This is your face. Suppose this is my face, and I want to identify that in this image any face is available or not. Any face is available or not, right? So any face is available means we are talking about detection. Any dog is available or not, any chair is available or not, how many different type of objects are available, it means we are talking about detection. So there are two words, detection and recognition. Recognition means try to recognize whether who is available, face is available, whose face is available, Saurav's face or other people's face, male or female, right? Maybe old or young, right? So many recognitions can be taken place and many detections can be taken place in this image. And then after detection and recognition, emotion recognition comes into play. Emotion, you need to identify that, you know, how that person is, how that person is actually giving the expressions. Because of expression you can identify or you can read the mind of a person. Suppose there is an AI, that that AI is having camera and you are giving your expression while talking with something. So if that AI understands what you are talking about, and if that AI will understand because of your expression why you are talking about this and how you are talking about this. I am talking about my friend, that he is good, he gives me very, he supports me in many matters. So in this way, can you please shut off your mouth, please, shut off your mic, please. Yeah, thank you. Voice is available, right? Voice is available, right? Okay, thank you. So journey is very big, and that you can start from detection, right? After detection you can go on recognition, then emotion, and then mind reading and subject matter. Suppose one person, here there are two people, suppose in an image there are two people who are sitting on two different chairs. This person is feeding that another person, suppose, and how you will identify with the image only, how that AI will identify that this image this person is feeding to this person, and our sense tells that this person is feeding to this person because this is a child and she can be her mother, right? She can be her mother, So she is feeding her feeding her baby, isn't it? Likewise, such informations will be extracted out while understanding all about all these things. So in upcoming years, these things, these extraction of information from the images will help us to generate the story, will help us to generate the stories automatically, right? How we are sitting, if we have a camera in our home, that camera will identify where we are sitting, how we are sitting, how we are sitting with the postures, and based on that because of our mood, our AI in our home will be talking to us, right? That Alexa will be talking to us because of the mood of a person in our home. So that will be coming because of the section we are discussing now. Should I go ahead now? Should I go ahead now? Okay. So what happens? Let us first of all work on detecting the face. So this face could be in small size, in any corner, and big in size also, at any place. It could be having, you know, a side face also, from this side, from this side, from top side, from bottom side, right? So anyways, if face is available, face should be available from front side, but the angle from front side is not proper. It's not exactly 90-degree, or it's not exactly from the front. So what will happen basically to detect the face then? So there are a couple of algorithms which works to detect the face, out of which one initial algorithm which was very popular is called as HAR, HAAR. HAR cascade classifier. So HAR are the features. It has, you know, couple of features basically, and in which it works to detect the shape first. It works to detect the shape first. If this shape is coming in the same way that, you know, face of a person could be, then there's a possibility that we can say this shape could be a face. But how can we identify that shape is actually looking like a face or not? So for that we need to apply, first of all, many formulation on this image. And formulation means this is your matrix that we have already studied, that two dimensional array that we have already handled. Suppose this is your array, right? And we need to apply something here. It means we can, you know, do some calculation. If this array is of, suppose of x value, the value that is stored somewhere is x, I have multiply x with y, and y is the another matrix, but there is small matrix. Suppose this small matrix is called as kernel. This small matrix is called as kernel. This kernel helps to get through with couple of calculation, and few kernels are already predefined, which are been researched by many researchers in this field. So suppose I have chosen a particular filter, and this kernel also, it is called as filter and kernel. Suppose this kernel will be applied, multiplied, or divide, or something like this. If you are doing some, you know, operations of this y with x, then something new will be formed. Suppose that new is z, that something new is z, right? So z is nothing but a new matrix. So in this matrix we would get only edges, we would get only edges. So rest of the pixel, the value of rest of the pixels here would have no sense. We are not requiring this, we just only require the edges, because edges will help us to decide whether the face is available or not. So the pixels which are governed by the edges only would be very less. They could be, suppose total number of pixels or resolution was 500 by 500, right? But the amount of pixel those are covered with this particular area of edges only could be in thousands. So out of million pixels, 0.25 million pixels, right? We have got only 100 number of pixels or 1000 number of pixels. Those are actually important for us. So this is called as pre-processing. This is called as pre-processing, in which in this pre-processing we are actually working on those areas, those pixels. I here also for eyes it will be important, for eyes also it will be important, for nose, for mouth. These few parameters are very important for us. Okay. So the first thing is age detection. After age detection, you can work on eye detection, nose detection, mouth detection. If these detection can be available, age detection of face, if it is okay, then we'll go ahead for identifying the eyes. If eyes are okay, then let's work on nose and mouth. If all the parameters are okay, then we can overall we can say, and this is called as AHAR. So overall we can say that this is where in this image face is available. Face is available. So let us see, suppose there are 4 models, 4 algorithms of age detection of our particular image with the trained trained model which is already designed by group of people, and they have given us a model. Here we have got a model M1. M1 detects the shape of a face only. Okay. So M1 returns you that it has a confidence of 80%. Okay. Then eyes for M2 model, for M3 model for nose, for mouth we have M3, M4 model. So they will give you another different confidence level. So overall we'll make an average. With that average we'll see, will this average be more than 75%? If this is more than 75%, then this HAR algorithm returns you that face is available. That face is available, and also tells you that it is available in this area of a image. In this area of image. So we have got coordinates of the face, also the clarity how this face is detected. Okay. So after the calculation of pixel values of this, after the calculation of pixel values of this particular image, what will happen? What will happen? We'll get to know about 2 parameters, that this face is detected in this area. This is called as face locations, and under this location we have got face. If you want to work on eyes, similarly you can work where this eye is available. We have got this area, we have got this area, we have got this area of nose. Similarly we have got this area of mouth. This is how it is detected. Okay. Detection would have a need of these models, right? How these models are being generated is because of deep learning only. So the people who have designed these models have worked on millions of images of many different peoples with different angles, and they have tuned weight and Bayesian, that those we were talking about in neural network. They have tuned weight and Bayesian in such a way that after hell amount of efforts of 10-20 people working together on cloud, on different fastest operating systems, they designed a particular model M1, M2, M3, M4, and these model work in a combination to detect the face, right? Likewise, similar models have been generated by many peoples, many industries, for dog detection also, cat detection also, table detection also, and these models are available free of cost on internet. If you want, you can use them. Even for face detection, it's a really great accuracy they are providing with around 95 plus percentage also. Okay. In upcoming years, and also in mobile phone, face detection is taken place, right? Automatically, if there are 10 people, a particular rectangle will be formed on a face, right? Many things such like that are happening actually. In many places, in many applications, in mobile application or web applications, you see such type of detections, right? Then after detection, this is what all about detection. Inside this, I can go much on deep to design these models also by our own, right? And this is the part of deep learning. That's why I'm not going with the part of explanation of this particular deep learning model creation. later if required, such like these sessions, or if you want personally to help you out, I can help you with deep learning side also, that how can you build these kind of model using TensorFlow or Keras or Theano or PyTorch or something. These are the platforms or framework through which we can do it. Okay, I can even tell you how to tune those parameters to get more accuracy also, right? So shall I go ahead now? Is that clear till now? Yes, yes, yes. There are many features on face it works. So har has one of things. I'll try to switch from har to another topic, another algorithm, and that is the main one actually for today. And while reaching to that topic that I'm going to start now, I took 1.5 hour time to explain you about neural network, about pixels, about images, about pixel value and calculation of those things and manipulations of pixel basically. I took this time just to make you effort and clarity about the prerequisites of the topic that I'm going to start now. And I believe 1.5 hour is enough for me to explain you about the code which will be working for detecting or recognizing the face of any particular person, and how to train. Thank you. So remaining 1.5 hour is enough for understanding how to recognize any particular face. Even I'll tell you how to train new data sets for recognizing n number of images also, right? Suppose there are 50 students in a class, and we want to develop a particular AI attendance system where face will be recognized. However, many of you would argue that how to detect person, then if a proxy will be coming up, whether how will detect whether a physically presence of a person is there or not. Many things will be there, right? OTP generation, email generation, thumb impression, along with face recognition. Many things can be done, man. So, with respect to face recognition, there are many applications which can be formed along with other parameters as well. Through face recognition, we can identify this is Saurav, and a chatbot suppose is placed in a banking area, and I went there. Suppose this chatbot is placed in a restaurant, and I've been there first time. So that person, that chatbot should work with me. That robot should actually talk with me and ask my information. And later on, if I'll go it once again at the same place, then that AI robot should greet me with my name, and it should remind me whether did we meet before or not, and we had a discussion or not. So all such applications, all such products can be developed, and many new inventions because of this, and this is the foundation level of many different type of applications basically in future. So now let me go ahead and let us understand the real use case of face recognition, or let us understand the requirement or the processing or the method of face recognition also in the next session. Should I go ahead now?